I'm
Yeah.
going to do a little harping of my own stuff right now, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
As you see right now, I am drawing the. Let me make it go big real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
See if Mike Richardson wants to come on. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Richardson is a friend of mine. When he even published SHI for a miniseries, he was like, "What do you do with SHI?" I'm like, "Ah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." He's like, yeah, "I'll publish SHI." So I'm like, oh, "Okay, thanks."
Wow. Zombie
Sama. So yeah, so right now what I'm doing is this is going to be, and I still draw traditionally completely. This is going to be our cover for our SHI, our summer Indiegogo / Kickstarter, because we do both. Is going to be SHI Gate Crasher, and this is Anna, and with Get Kepto. My Japanese is awful. This is actually based off of the first inception of SHI that I drew, the first design of SHI.
Oh,
wow.
we were talking
Yeah,
about
I'll
earlier.
share that page if I can. Yeah, we have like 6 omnibuses planned.
Wow.
Because I published like 100 books, or more, maybe 130, 140, maybe 150.
Really,
I don't even remember how many books we published in 10 years. Not including the new stuff.
I remember what was it? The first spinoff was like Tomoe or
Tomoe, yeah.
Tomoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amanda Connor drew, and Jimmy inked. Jimmy Bobbiati, who was here. But anyway, so what I'm working on now is this is the characters based off of my 1990. This is 1990. I drew this, and I had this character for this, this samurai type. I mean, look at the tip of the stereotypical red circle over the eye, and
that's kind of. I mean, usually the red circle thing is like that's something that it's you've seen that before, but the way you're using it, it's the reds, like the reds.
Yes, that's what I did.
Flag,
and then I was told by a friend of mine who's a comic book journalist, like in '93, because in '93 when I was about to launch SHI #1, she still had that red circle on her eye.
Oh, wow.
And even in the SHI draw, if you see the I think, I don't know if it's on SHI #1. There's a couple of pages. If you look real closely, you could see the circle, the light. He's like, "You don't need that circle on that eye." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, you don't need that." So that's how it started. But this character now, though, is who Anna's going to team up with in the Gatecrasher comic. And what Gate Crasher is Anna gets trapped in comic book time.
Oh,
and she gets thrown back into 1938, and she's got to get back to the present. But in order to do that, she has to battle her way through all the decades and all the different genres and all the trends of comics. That's why it's called Gate Crasher, breaking through another gate get to. So she goes from Superman's time to then, Miss Fury and World War II to the communist Red Scare to horror, to the 50s, to the cowboy comics, to dinosaurs, sci-fi, all that, going all the way through, the Frazetta era to the Marvel, the 60s Marvel,
Are you going to have different artists draw each?
No, it's all me and Leonardo drawing it, and it's going to be so much fun. Like I said, so many different looks, inks, pencils, inks, going all the way through the hard-boiled 80s stuff to the black and white revolution. And then to through the 90s where she confronts bad girls. And so it's gonna be it's a lot of fun, and it's all about again, we're gonna involve a lot of public domain characters, a lot of creator-owned characters. I'd love to have cameos by all you guys in your books.
Yeah,
and
I got a female character with the sword.
Yeah. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So look at that. I drew this is 1993. So this is what she looked like. This is what she was gonna look like when I first debuted her, and they're like, tone her down a little bit. Debbie's like, I don't know about this. I'm like, no, but that's what comics. That's what because that's you could see the image influence now and stuff. And then I was like, I went. I
were you still in the? Was it the Navy when you designed her, the character?
In college, and before I went to the Army.
Oh, Army!
1990.
It looks like I see the fashion.
I was all in the Army, in the reserves, in the Guard, and then I got activated for the Gulf War. So, so that's So I was sketching away, and these are like other sketches.
Wow! So this was all in college when you were just.
That's the first stuff is college. This is college. This stuff.
How did you? What got you inspired to create?
Man, I loved. I'll be honest. I loved Elektra. I love Frank Miller's run. You can see the Elektra influence here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I can see the fashion designer influence. Really, I mean, that's
that's how I drew it. This is pastels.
That served you well for as far as designing the costume too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I think this is gouache. Actually, this is gouache. The red, for sure.
Wow.
And just having fun. This is how the character first started. Was this?
Oh no!
As
really?
a male character, yeah. That's how it started. I'm like, I think this would be better as a female character.
When did you create the name?
A female character with a thong. That sounds better.
Yeah, the character. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had it went through a couple of different names. Again, it went to the Geketo, to Ran, which means rebellion. And then my friend Audrey Oiki, we were sitting in her apartment talking and going through Japanese books. She's Japanese, first generation Japanese American, and going through a bunch of just names and stuff. And then I was like, what's Japanese for death? Like, what do you think of death with the death coin? And she wears it around her neck, and she's like, oh, it's she, she. And I'm like, oh, she? I'm like, no one's ever done that. And I copyrighted it and did all that. And like, nope, no one had ever done she in comics, SHI.
That's
so boom.
How did you advertise back then? Because I remember it was
Diamond,
like going Diamond and hope.
Yeah, I had these partners. Yeah, I had these partners who they had no money, but they said they did, and we took ads out in Diamond, and I wrote up. Debbie wrote as the director of marketing for this new comic book company called Empire Comics. It was called Empire, which is interesting. Empire Publications, which is interesting because that's
Impact Studios.
That's Lopez's company. So
we're gonna confuse so many people. They're gonna
it was Empire.
Even Aaron's gonna be like,
it was Empire Comics, but there was a store in Manhattan, I think, called Empire Comics.
Yeah.
So I couldn't use it. They went out of business. So that's why Aaron can use it now. But that's why if you look at the cover to She #1, you see Empire Publications on the top, and then Crusade Comics, Empire Publications on the bottom, and Crusade Comics logo on the top. Because I got lawyers to get away from those guys, and they wanted to own 50% of the character, blah blah blah, and all this crap. But thank God they didn't. So I was able to actually, if you don't mind me, how do I do it?
She's a great. I mean, just the sound, the phonics of it, the sound of it is. It sounds like a sound effect. Sounds like a ninja's movement.
Yeah. So it was fun. I love samurai films and all this. And
right.
So so this is going to be the cover to the Gate Crasher. Exclusive. There we go. If I turn this off and turn this bad boy on. So that's how I draw, guys. I draw. Yeah. My camera's real close, but the camera's off, so it makes it look the proportions a little off. But so it's gonna be Anna and Gekepto, and the two of them in their adventures, and they're gonna battle dinosaurs and crazy shit like that. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
What made you change her name before publishing?
I don't know. Her name was going to be Katana. Then I learned there was a Marvel character named or DC character named Katana, so I couldn't use that. And then I don't know. I just wanted something special. It just wasn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't right. When some things are just not right, and you keep going with it. Like
my first marriage.
Try to change that. And we did, and we went with she. And man,
she looks like she's got some attitude. Like she's a little.
Yeah, her eye expression.
Anna.
Yeah, well, she is because she's looking at here's my character Anna, and she's looking at this
the hot young girl.
Yeah, with this the thong and all this stuff. Like, what the hell is
like,
you?
Hey,
because Anna wears her skirt now and all this, and it's a little fun stuff, weird wacky stuff. So anyway, so that's that, boys.